Welcome, I'm Anthony from Wandle Electrical Services. Just a quick video on Christmas lights and how just a few checks you can do to make sure they're safe for ongoing use this Christmas. I've just got ours out the loft. They're a bit tangled actually. I put them away in a box and they've all got a little bit mixed up. So my first job is going to be to safely untangle them. Obviously I'm not going to plug them in while I do that. After I have done that, I will check the plug. So you just check the plug for any cracks. This is actually an LED set, so the plug has actually got an inbuilt driver, which has got a good safety option, is that anything beyond the plug, so on the light side of the plug, is low voltage, so they're much safer like that. I will check the plug for any cracks. If it was a standard plug, I'd check the fuse and that it was the manufacturer's recommended fuse rating. If you've still got the instructions, most of them have a little tab with some quite useful instructions on. Make sure you read them, and then just check there's no frays or broken bits on the cable. Check the lamps are all intact. If you've got one that has replaceable lamps, make sure you replace the ones that are missing, because you don't want just to leave it empty and water get into the actual fitting. So that's how you check them. If you're at all concerned about them, I mean, the price of these things, they're not very much these days. Just buy yourself a new set. A new LED set will be much more efficient. They run cooler, so they're less likely to combust any decorations or anything near them, and they'll just save you a lot more money in running costs. If you're using lights outside, try and avoid trailing lots of cables around. If you've got an outdoor socket, brilliant, use that. Make sure it's a weatherproof type to keep the socket dry. If you're using outdoor lights, make sure they're properly IP rated, so they're weatherproof. And don't do what I've seen a few times in recent Christmases: run an extension lead, leave the extension lead outside in a plastic bag. The cable goes back through a letterbox or window. The cable's getting frayed on the letterbox every time the door opens. Please avoid that. Just get yourself properly sorted and get you and your family safe. Do a safe outside light installation. Another very important thing to consider is, have you got RCDs in the fuse board? Are these lights going to be RCD protected? So what would happen, and what an RCD do is basically a life-saving switch in your fuse board, that if someone is getting a shock or there's an imbalance in current, it will disconnect before that shock does permanent damage to the person. You can see on this picture where the RCDs are. Just go to yours. It's probably worth testing them. You're supposed to test them every 3 months. Just press the test button and they should disconnect, and then push them back up to reset. So, all in all, use your common sense. Make sure if you're using Christmas lights that they are in good condition. Make sure if you're using them outside they're weatherproof, and that the way you're supplying them is safe in terms of trip hazards, RCDs and weatherproof sockets. If I can be of any assistance, give me an email or a call on the numbers on this video, and I'll happily get back to you with any safety advice on anything electrical, especially at Christmas. Have a great one, and stay safe in your home. Thanks for watching.